Most beautiful MLB moments. In baseball, there will always be moments of triumph and tragedy. But in this video, we'll examine some of the most beautiful MLB moments that likely brought Major League Baseball players and fans to tears. Number 1. David Ortiz is a legend in baseball and one of the greatest postseason hitters in history. But one of his greatest moments had nothing to do with his ability on the field. Instead, this has everything to do with who Ortiz is off the field. During the 2016 season, David Ortiz was asked to send a video encouraging a young fan who was battling a life-threatening congenital heart defect that's led to more than 30 surgeries. The fan's name is Maverick Shooty, and Ortiz promised that he would hit a homer in that night's game for Maverick.
Hit a home run for me.
And I'm gonna hit a home run for you tonight. Remember that.
He's hitting a home run for you, Maverick.
For you.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.
And he was able to do just that. You could see how happy Ortiz was rounding the bases. A great moment for both Ortiz and Maverick. A couple of weeks later, Shooty was flown to Fenway Park where he met and spent time with Ortiz. He even threw out the first pitch of the game to Big Papi. This was a beautiful moment for baseball, as MLB Network did a feature on Ortiz meeting his biggest fan. The two would reunite in the years following, but it all came full circle a few years later, following Ortiz being hospitalized after being shot in the Dominican Republic. An older Shooty would send a video to Ortiz wishing him well. Shooty still battles his condition every day, but he also still has Big Papi cheering him on. Number 2. Miguel Cabrera has a storied career, which includes, as of right now, being the league's last Triple Crown winner. But what happens when a young man from the opposing team shows him up? Well, that's exactly what happened in 2015 when a fan fielded a foul ball cleanly. Then he proceeded to tell Cabrera, "I got your back. You need to be fired up." He looked bored out there. Cabrera got a kick out of it and went and collected a bag of presents for the young fan, including a baseball bat and batting gloves, which he gave to the fan in between innings. Cabrera is known to have many great fan interactions, but this may be remembered as one of the funnier ones. What a great moment between Cabrera and the young Cleveland fan. Now that Cabrera is retired and headed to Cooperstown in a few years, his personality and love for fans everywhere will certainly be missed. Number 3. Another baseball star that is known for some awesome fan interactions is Albert Pujols. The last man to hit 700 home runs is also known for his humanitarian efforts. The Albert Pujols Foundation has sought to help those living with Down syndrome and to improve the lives of the impoverished in the Dominican Republic. Pujols saw the opportunity to make a young man's day, Nico Squarini, who suffers from Down syndrome. Pujols took time to meet with Nico after a game, taking his jersey off and signing it for Nico on the spot. It was truly a great moment for the young fan and for the future Hall of Famer. Number 4. Now this next clip is more of a comical entry, but a beautiful moment nonetheless. Addison Russell was playing for the Chicago Cubs in 2017. The Cubs were facing off against their division rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Russell was tracking a foul ball in foul territory when he slammed over the rail into the Cardinal crowd. Everyone was okay, but one Cardinals fan's nachos were spilled onto the field. And anyone that's ordered food at a major league ballpark knows that they weren't cheap. In between innings, cameras caught Russell walking over to the fan with a brand new plate of nachos, which smoothed everything over. The fan got a picture with Russell, as well as a great story to tell. Number 5. Thurman Munson is a player that, had his career not ended early, would have been in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But in 1979, that trajectory changed forever as Munson's plane that he piloted crashed on the way to his home in Ohio. Munson wouldn't survive the crash. In the aftermath, the Yankees didn't want to play, but the wife of Munson requested that the team play in memory of Munson. Munson's friend and teammate Bobby Mercer certainly stepped up to the plate. He hit a 3-run homer when the team was down by 4 in the 7th inning. Then in the 9th, Mercer would knock in the winning run in one of the most emotional victories in Yankees history. It's remembered as the Bobby Mercer game because Mercer accounted for all 5 runs scored by the Yankees. But it's ultimately significant because of Mercer's great friendship with Munson. Number 6. Jose Fernandez was a promising young pitcher with the Miami Marlins, who tragically died in a boat crash in 2016. The entire Miami fan base was shaken by this news because he was a player who was full of life just had it ended so abruptly. Just like the Miami fans, the team was shaken as well, especially D. Gordon. Gordon led off the first game after the news broke about Fernandez. Gordon was known for his speed, not his power. But somehow, he would lead off the game with the only homer he'd have in the 2016 season, off Bartolo Colon. The emotion was clear on Gordon's face as he pointed to the sky and hugged teammates in the dugout. After the game, the Marlins were visibly upset as they gathered around the pitcher's mound honoring their friend. It was a heartwarming moment during a heartbreaking time. Number 7. Following the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series in 2021, Ronald Acuna Jr. took time to visit children at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. He came to sign autographs and take photos with some of the patients. But what no one expected was Acuna would ask for autographs as well. One of the patients, 11-year-old Nolan Madsen, was wearing an Acuna jersey. Madsen was quoted as saying, "If I could meet anyone, I'd want to meet Acuna." Acuna would request Madsen's autograph, and the two shared a great moment. Acuna would state that he was honored to share his success with the children. He also said that their support helped him get to where he is. So it's the least he could do to support them on their journey too. This was amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, so Acuna took it upon himself to donate 113,000 masks while thanking the hospital staff. Talk about giving back! Number 8. Michael Lorenzen has had a solid career up to this point, with 9 years in the league. Most of them spent in Cincinnati with the Reds. Early in his career, back in 2016, Lorenzen took time off due to the passing of his father, and when he returned, he came back with a new walkout song. It was Who Are You by The Who, his dad's favorite band. In the bottom of the 7th inning, with 2 men on base, the 24-year-old would blast one to right field and clear the fence. This was Lorenzen's first career home run, and you can certainly imagine that it felt like his father was with him the entire time. This goes to show you that there can be angels in the outfield. Number 9. Manny Machado spent 1 season with the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 2018 before signing with the Padres. Machado was a trade deadline acquisition, and a good one considering the Dodgers made it to the postseason, where Machado would homer in Game 2 of the division series. The Dodgers went on to win that day, but that wasn't the only story coming out of the game. The boy who caught the Machado home run ball was invited to meet the third baseman, and it was all caught on camera. Machado can be seen signing the ball and making a fan for life. It also just happened to be the boy's 12th birthday. What a nice birthday present to add to any collection for a baseball fan. Number 10. In 1982, Jim Rice was 9 seasons into his 16-year career with the Boston Red Sox. But in a game against the Chicago White Sox in August, tragedy struck. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Red Sox second baseman Dave Stapleton rocketed a ball foul over the first base dugout. A 4-year-old Jonathan Keane was struck by the ball. Tom Keane saw his son slouched over, covered in blood, and in a world of pain. That's when Hall of Famer Jim Rice stepped into action. Rice grabbed the boy and held him in his arms as he ran to the dugout. Team physician Arthur Pappas called Children's Hospital while the medical team worked on Jonathan. Without Rice's actions, Keane wouldn't have been able to receive immediate care. The team rushed him to the hospital, where doctors noted that Rice's quick actions were a fundamental part of his survival. Keane has no memory of the event, but he threw out the first pitch the next spring and has since reconnected with Rice. Rice had this to say about that day. "I've hit home runs. I've driven in runs. But as far as something that stands out, it's probably the picture when I went up to the stands and took the kid out of the stands who was hit by the foul ball." Just goes to show that heroics aren't limited to the field for baseball players. These were some of the most beautiful moments between Major League Baseball players and fans. But did we miss any? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you like content like this, make sure to press that like button and subscribe to this channel so that you can see more content like this.